Hello nerdy birdies, this is Kaylee from Nerdy Birdie Adventures and I'm here today to share with you my favorite pens. I'm kind of keeping in theme with like journaling stuff, and I'm batch filming today, which is why I'm wearing the same sweater. But yeah, I wanted to get a few videos filmed because I have to go away for a few days and I don't want to kind of fall behind with stuff, so I'm doing a little bit of batch filming. So if you notice I'm wearing the same sweater, that's why. But yes, today I want to talk about my favorite pens. Originally I wanted to do just like a fountain pen video, but then I realized that I may as well just talk about all my favorite pens now some of these are kind of broader, kind of like genres of pen, I guess, but I'm going to kind of talk about, it's not just fountain pens, I'm going to talk about different like groups of pens, I guess, that I enjoy using for journaling or kind of just writing in general. But yeah, I have them all kind of contained in this little Snoopy pencil case that I got from Miniso. So yeah, so I think the first set of pens I'm going to talk about is going to be my favorite fountain pens. This was kind of inspired because I just picked up a new fountain pen, so it's also kind of what inspired this video. So yeah, so I'm gonna go over my favorite fountain pens first. Okay, so the first one that I'm just grabbed off my table is the Lamy Safari in this beautiful strawberry kind of red color. This is my first Lamy fountain pen. I got this from NicoNeco Zakayya, who I will have linked in the description box. I love this pen. Has a fine nib on it. I tend to prefer fine nibs on fountain pens. That's my preferred thickness of writing. That just I think works best with my handwriting. This has an ink cartridge in it. I had to order a bunch of new ink cartridges because I was running out. This has blue ink in it currently, and this lives with my everyday journal. This lives in my journal kit, so if you watched my journal kit video, you'll have seen this in that video. My next favorite fountain pen is actually the new one. This is another Lamy Safari. This is like a midnight blue color with like a silver handle on it. This has a medium nib on it, and I picked it up as part of a set from Barnes & Noble, like from one of my local Barnes & Nobles. So this is writes a little bit thicker than I normally would like, but it still works with my handwriting. This lives with my commonplace book. Like this is what I tend to write with in my commonplace notebook. This also has ink cartridges in it, and it came with a set of ink cartridges in different colors. So I have a bunch of ink cartridges to use. Alright, my next favorite fountain pen, if I can find it, is the one I just did a review on, which is the Esterbrook Esty in Quirky Leaf. I got this direct from the Esterbrook website. Yeah, I love writing with this pen. This pen just lives in this pencil case and kind of moves around the house with me. I take it out. It kind of goes with me everywhere. If I need a pen, I'll tend to take this one with me. This one has a converter cartridge in it, so I can use various different inks. Currently it has an Esterbrook ink in it. That's a really pretty color. This one also has a fine nib. This fine nib writes finer than this fine nib does. So like it's not a lot, but this one is definitely a thinner line than this one is, which is fine with me. They still write fine, so it's good. Okay, and then the last fountain pen in my favorite fountain pens is this one. I've talked about this one before. I talked about this one in my favorite journal supplies video. This is a rainbow pen. This is Jinhao. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry if that's wrong. This is a Jinhao pen from Amazon. This cost me like $18. This also has a fine nib on it. And this also has a converter cartridge. You can get ink cartridges that fit this pen, so if you prefer if you prefer ink cartridges, you can get ink cartridges for these. I definitely do recommend these pens if you're looking for something that's still decent quality but on the cheaper side, especially if you're like looking for someone who is new to fountain pens. This one's pretty nice, it doesn't leak, writes nicely. I dropped mine, so there's tape on the back of it because the back end fell off. But this one is like one that screws. Oh, I should mention that. So these two have caps that you just pull off, and these two have caps that you screw off. I like having the screw off pens just because I feel like they're more secure, they're less likely to leak. It's not impossible for them to leak, but I feel like it's less likely. But yeah, those are my favorite fountain pens. All right, so next thing I guess, I'm sorry, my cat is eating my partner's diamond painting. I have to move this real quick because she's being a brat. Grisha, leave it alone, please. Brat. Okay, so the next set of pens I guess I'm going to talk about are gel pens. So I really like gel pens. Gel pens are they're usually pretty smooth to write with. I think the thing with gel pens is I grew up in the 90s, so I grew up when like gel pens were all the rage when you were at school. If you could get all the brightly colored gel pens and all the scented gel pens. So I don't think that's ever quite left me, even if I'm not as into the broad spectrum of colors as I used to be. But but yeah, so I do have some gel pens in here that I really like to write with. Yes. All right, so the first one is this one. So this is a My Melody. This is a My Melody gel pen. This actually came from like a mystery box of, you could get like one of 6 different Sanrio characters. I got My Melody, and it's nice to write with. It's got the little, like the rubber part on the tip that kind of stops your hands from chafing so badly. But it's nice and smooth to write with, and it had the little rubber tip. It's gone now obviously because I've started using the pen, and this writes in black ink. The next one is this one. This is a Kuromi gel pen. This is a Pentel, I think. Yeah, this is a pen. This is from Pentel. This is an Energel. Yeah, an Energel from Pentel. I don't think I have any other Pentel pens. I got this one from a shop called Kawaii Gifts in Pittsburgh, so I will link them in the description. This pen is really nice to write with. I'm going to be sad when it runs out. Most of the ink pens I use are 0.5 millimeters. You'll notice like different thicknesses in gel pens. 0.5 tends to be that's my sweet spot, I guess, because it's the closest to a fine fountain pen nib. It's a little bit thicker sometimes, but okay, the next ones, so these were actually a set. I'm just going to show you one, and yeah, I have a bunch of Sanrio pens in my favorites right now. This is a Hello Kitty fountain pen. This is a Hello Kitty gel pen. This came as part of a set of 5. And it came with blue, green, purple, pink, and orange. And they came out with, I got this from Target, or I got the set from Target. These, I don't know what the brand is, but they're the 50th anniversary of Hello Kitty. So there's a set of gel pens. This is the blue one, and they write in different ink colors. So it's not like the pen is a different color and the ink is the same color. The inks match the pens. The blue and the green ones are probably my favorite. I use those a lot in my when I'm just jotting down notes. Okay, and then I think my last favorite pen for the gel pens is probably my favorite kind of gel pen, and this is the the black gel pens from Muji. I really like. This one is a 7mm because I killed my 0.5 and I need to get some refills. What I really like about the Muji gel pens is you can get refills for them. Like, yes, you have to throw the refill part away, but you don't have to throw the whole pen away. You can just buy refills that go inside the pen case. And I really like that. These are lovely to write with. They're super smooth and they dry easily, so they don't smudge. That's one of my biggest pet peeves with gel pens, I guess, is you kind of have to wait for them to dry or they smudge. It's the worst thing I think about a lot of novelty gel pens is the pen itself is super cute, but the ink takes forever to dry, so it smudges on my pages and stuff like that, and I don't care for that. But the Muji pens dry really quickly, and I haven't noticed a smudging issue when I've been using one. I tend to use these with like my Hobonichi journals because they glide on the paper really nicely. Yeah. Okay, and then I think next is rollerballs. So when I started using a pen in school, I started with a fountain pen technically, because the school I went to required you to use a fountain pen, because fountain pens can be erased. You can get an eraser for fountain pens, whereas like obviously biros and other stuff you couldn't do that. But when I got into high school, you could just use biros. I like rollerballs as like versatile, just carry around with me pens. So the first one I'll talk about isn't this one. The first one I'll talk about is actually my Parker Jotta rollerball pen, which I don't have right now. I don't know where it is currently. Wherever it actually, no, I do know where it is. Sorry, tell a lie. This pen here. This pen here. This is a Parker. This is a Parker Jotta rollerball pen. These are so nice to write with. And this was the pen that I used. Not this exact pen, but this pen was kind of what I used during my high school years. I got this one from Staples. And you can get refills for them. They're similar to gel pens in that you can get refills for them, and the ink is nice and smooth. You can get it in some really nice colors. They're really comfortable pens to write with. Parker pens are just kind of a nightmare to get your hands on. I tend to get the refills through Amazon because they're cheaper than Staples. And I don't know any local like shops that carry Parker anything, so that's the easiest way for me to get it. Okay, so the next rollerball I'm going to show you is this one. I actually picked this one up over the weekend at Barnes and Noble, and this is actually my first this is my first, where is it? There it is. This is my first NicoNeco pen, which I'm really excited about. Now I know NicoNeco, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I know that NicoNeco makes really pretty fountain pens, kind of similar in price range, I think, to the Esterbrook pens, to the Estes. This is the collaboration with Moleskine, so you can get a NicoNeco rollerball in, I think it's 3 colors. I think they are green, black, and red. I don't know if there's a blue one, but I think it was green, black, and red. And then there are matching Christmas themed notebooks to the colors of these pens. It writes in blue ink. It comes with a blue, the ink inside of it is blue. It's not a red ink pen. And they're light pens, or at least this one is pretty light. So if you have like a harder grip when it comes to pens, like this might not be for you, but I like it. You just pull it off and it's there. But yeah, I picked this one up from Barnes and Noble, and it came in a cute little box, and I ordered refills for it when I ordered the Lamy cartridges. So the next kind of couple of roller balls I'm going to talk about are these ones. I don't actually know, I don't know the brand of these pens, I don't think. Wait, Live Work, okay, it says on the pen. So these are Live Work pens. They have colors written on them, so this one is Prussian blue and this one is turquoise. The ink is the same color. It's not the ink doesn't match the color on the pen. The color that's described is the color of the pen shell, I guess. I got these from Barnes and Noble, and they're a little bit smaller, so these are nice kind of compact pens. I can throw these in my bag when I want to journal out and about, and I kind of don't want the mess of or the potential mess of a fountain pen. Like, I want ink that dries really quickly. These are great for that. So yeah, so the last rollerball-esque pen I'm gonna talk about is, it's technically not a rollerball, it's technically a biro, but biros work on the same principle as rollerball pens. I love Bic biros. I've been using Bic biros for years, like the ones you can buy in like 50 packs, you know, at Target or Staples or whatever. If you want a really cost-effective pen, those are really nice. I love Bic biros. I have so many of them lying around the house, but none to actually like show you. But yeah, I really like Bic biros. So the last kind of pen I'm gonna show you that is in my favorite kind of pens are like any of the colors, but are these zebra mild liners. I have just a pink one and a green one here. So these come in two forms. You can either get them with the chisel. You can either get them with like the chisel tip and then the fine tip, the regular fine tip, or you can get them with the fine tip and the brush tip. I don't have any brush tip ones to show you. I tend to use the chisel ones for journaling, so these are the ones I have in my hand. These come in so many great colors. They do a lot of themed like packs for them. These are great for like annotating because they're not super, the ink is pigmented, but it's not, doesn't bleed through pages it doesn't like really bleed through. It can, but you have to really, like, compared to some other highlighters, like these are nice. They have pretty good ink capacity, and they, like I say, they come in so many colors. You can get so many themed packs of these. For example, like there's a beige pack, which is I think beige, brown, like a coppery color, an orangey color, and you know, kind of like your sad beige babies of pens, of like highlighter pens, I guess. Which, if that's your vibe, then that's your vibe. I'm not judging. But yeah, these are very versatile pens. I really like them. I have a turquoise one. That's the brush tip pen that I actually use a lot in my art because it's the perfect eye color for Jason Todd. It is quite literally the perfect eye color for him, so I always keep a couple of those about to use with that. But yeah, those are all of my favorite pens that I use a lot currently in my journaling. I didn't really go into pens that I use for art, except for like that little bit with the mild liners at the end there. Oh, in terms of mild liners, if you're looking for like bigger sets, I recommend Target, because they are you can get the bigger sets cheaper at Target. You can find the individual ones at places like Michael's. I think some art supply stores have them. I usually just get mine from Michael's, admittedly. But yeah, and they're, like I say, you can get so many colors. They're really nice. I used to call them midliners for the longest time, and then I actually looked at the pen and realized I'd misread it, and it said mild liner. So, but yeah, that is all for my favorite kinds of pen. I'm not sure what my next video is going to be, because like Christmas is coming up, so I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to film around the holiday times. I'm gonna try and get a couple of vlogs filmed as well, but it's gonna depend upon when I can sit down and film things, I guess. But yeah, so I hope that you enjoyed this. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What are your favorite pens? Like, what is your go-to pen? Like, if you want to sit down and have a good like journaling session, like no matter what kind of journaling that is, like what's your favorite, what's your go-to pen? Like, do you have any recommendations for me? I'm always looking for recommendations for pens. You'd think I had a big enough collection, but when a pen runs out, I gotta replace it. So so I'm always looking for pen recommendations. But yeah, so until next time, stay nerdy, my friends. Bye.